Hey, Angel, Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question?
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad. 20 rebounds today unofficially, which ties the franchise record, sets a career high for her. We are recording, so let's go ahead and start in the room.
You got 20 rebounds today, going against Ezzy. What made you so disappointed down low?
My shot wasn't falling in the beginning, so I had to find other ways to be productive for my team. Sometimes that's just the way the game goes. The shot's not going to always be perfect in the time, but those ties can turn. So I got on the board a lot, try to get easy touches, more possessions for my team, and then once the shot started going in, then it just flows from there. But I think early on, I didn't deter myself from shooting, but I just found another way of being productive.
You did actually good work for a bit.
Yes.
Your thoughts on your performance in the third?
I mean, that's Jackie. That's Jackie. I missed the majority of it, but I came back and all I heard was the man like Jackie Young, Jackie Young. I was like, okay, she must be going off. So that's Jackie though. She steps up. Something about this arena is just obviously something that Jackie loves, but that's what she does. And I expect that out of Jackie every single night.
And lastly, congrats on the cover.
Thank you.
Just your thoughts and something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I feel like I'm checking off boxes, and like, this is what I mean when I tell young people, like, dream big, dream so big, because you never know when you're going to check them off. And it doesn't have to happen all at once. It just kind of just happens when it needs to be. When the time is right, when God puts it in your space, you're going to be able to just obtain it. So I was very overwhelmed with joy because I don't play video games like that, but it was a dream of mine to be the cover athlete because there's a lot of people that do. So to be in that space, and obviously with JT growing up, I mean, we've known each other since teenagers. So growing up and seeing how our careers are very in line and winning in that aspect, it's been a blessing. So it's a lot of fun being a cover athlete. And I'm glad I'm like holding my trophy and smiling because my in-game pictures are hideous.
She gets a lot of that.
Just try to make her look as difficult as possible. I mean, she's a 3-level scorer. She's an Olympian. She's a great player. So we have a lot of respect for her. She's a handful. I mean, what are you gonna do? I think we did a decent job on her, actually. So probably fouled her a little bit too much, but that's gonna happen when she starts cooking. When an offensive player of her caliber just decides she wants to go, it's really hard to stop. But you know, we feel like Jack and even AC at times and just throwing different bodies, different looks. We jumped her a couple times earlier, not late game, but yeah, she's a tough guard.
Have you noticed a difference in the confidence of the team with the off-season additions?
Seattle?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're a completely different team. I don't know
I
about,
called them a super team.
and they are, and they are.
That's it.
They have a lot of talent. Anytime you have somebody who can take over a game, you're always in the game,
Mhm.
you know, and I have the luxury, I have a few of them. But that's a team that to come in here and shoot the way we did, which was pretty poorly, especially from 3, and to grind out a win, I'm more happy with our defense. I mean, we could talk about offense, but our offense wasn't great today. It was the defensive end that won the game, holding them below 80.
With regards to that, you were saying the first half, what were the adjustments that you told them to do during the half that changed everything for you?
I just told them to keep shooting. I mean, as a coach, you're always looking at the quality of shots, not necessarily the quantity, not necessarily even the shooting percentages. It's the quality of shots. And I felt like we were getting quality shots. We just missed. And eventually, you know, that worm will turn. The thing that happened in the third quarter, though, is we were starting to get stops and playing out of our offense or playing out of our defense, which leads to like some easier offensive possessions, which is always nice on the road to get out and get a couple easy ones in transition. And talking about confidence, basketball is a game of confidence. And you can take an average player and have them make a couple shots and all of a sudden they're Michael Jordan that night. So, you know, if we can gain confidence on the defensive end, I know we're going to be cooking on the offensive end eventually.
With the break coming up, your team is the one that has most players on the US basketball team. How is that going to affect the second half of the season? They're going to be, you know, tired having a Olympic tournament coming up.
She's superwoman. She don't get tired.
Yeah.
Look, when they come back, the biggest thing will just be rest. I'll be communicating with them. Asia probably gets tired of me calling her all the time. How do you feel? What do you want to do? You want a day off? How do you? So I'll just communicate with them. The biggest thing will just be the jet lag, getting them back on a regular schedule, because it's not like you're going back to New York where it's like a 6-hour difference. It's it's almost a half a day's difference. So, you know, more importantly, I'm really proud of them and all of them, Tiff going with, I'm not going to attempt it. I already butchered that country's name, and then Megan with Spain. I think it's just really cool opportunity that they get to go play on the greatest stage. And
How do you feel about what they do?
You know, you take it day by day, you really do. But that's the beautiful thing about our game and the athletes that we are. I feel like we're the only ones that have to truly take a break in between of our season, at the peak of our season, to be like, okay, y'all are rivals, we go be teammates, and then go back to rivals. So it's all a part of it. Yeah, I kind of just don't think about it. And mind over matter. If it don't mind, it don't matter. And you just kind of go with the flow. But I will communicate with Becky if I am exhausted, and then we'll go from there.
You have a bunch of teammates on the team too, so.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be good. We're gonna lean on each other. And I'm glad that we're in that space together.
Good luck representing the.
Thank you. Thank
Let's
you.
go to the Zooms. Michael?
Yeah, I have one for Asia, please, and then one for Coach Hammon. Asia, I mean, you're two-time Defensive Player of the Year, so you know defense, but I'm just wondering, a game like today where you said maybe offensively you guys may not have felt as sharp, for you to get 20 rebounds, and then your blocks, your steals, just how important is it for you to sort of take that lead defensively in a game like today, and what does 20 rebounds mean to you?
I mean, it's huge. I gotta take I feel like that's the only side that I really take personal, is the defensive side, because it's just the way that I'm wired. It's crazy. If you would have asked me that my rookie year, I would have been like, what's defense? I'm never playing it. But I learned that defense really wins games and it wins championships for you. And so I just really have to be that locked in, because it's not just for myself, but it's for my guards, it's for my other teammates as well. So I take it personal, and I hope that I can relay that on to my teammates, so then they can then take it personal. And then we play out of that. And that's when we really get into our system. But getting 20 rebounds, good Lord, I never would have thought. I was just trying to get more possessions for my team. My shot wasn't going, so I was like, I got to do something out here. I cannot just be out here for cardio, because I did not travel to Seattle for just cardio. So it turned out to be rebounds, and that's what it is tonight. So I'm grateful that I was able to just do that for my team.
And then Coach, Asia was just saying earlier, she doesn't really, I think she said she doesn't play video games much. And I admit at my age, I don't either, but I wondered if your boys played them, and if they're excited, especially to see Asia, be a cover athlete for a major video game.
my son loves NBA 2K. So when I saw the cover picture, I screenshotted it and I sent it to him. And he's just pumped because he actually loves Jason Tatum too. So it's one of his favorite players. But Asia has his heart. So he kicks my butt. I quit playing because I'm so terrible at video games. So maybe it is a generational thing. But yeah, he's super. I mean, it's such a cool honor. Only an elite few. It's like back in the day being on a Wheaties cover, right? It's like the new Wheaties box in a way, NBA 2K. So she's earned every bit of it. She already knows I'm super proud of her and love her to death, and told her that she didn't have any rebounds today. Shows you how much her coach knows.
Nakai?
Yeah, just a couple for Asia. First, congrats on the cover. First question, just how are you feeling after the contact to the face earlier?
Man, I think it knocked some sense into me. I think I'm better now. I feel like I was great. I've never seen that much blood come out of my nose. So that's a new one. I've had more nosebleeds this year than I've ever had in my entire life. So I'm good.
We'll take it. And then secondly, obviously you're no stranger to seeing double teams and early help and stuff like that. It does feel like over the past few games, teams have really tried to send their help late against you. Is that something that you've noticed?
Yes, I feel like they're playing me more so on the dribble and more on my counter moves, and so sometimes I get in my own head because I'm so used to having to do the counter to get out. But now I feel like they're waiting on the counter. So it's kind of reverse psychology in a way for me, because now I'm like, okay, well, my first move could be the best move. So I think they are kind of waiting on me to make my move and get into it and then send the double. So I'm starting to slowly find my way out of that. But it's definitely is a lot later than it has been in the past.
Got you. Thank you.
Matthew?
Hey, ladies, congrats on the win. I have one for each of you. Asia, I know you talked about struggling on offense, but that shot you hit late in the game at the free throw line with NECA all over you, in the 3 years I've covered you, is one of the toughest shots I've seen you hit. Just what goes into your mindset in that moment when you need a basket, you're only up 4, and you hit a shot like that? That's, I mean, one of the most difficult shots I've seen anyone make, especially you.
I feel like that I practice shots like that low key. I mean, I feel like that's just one of those things that's in my repertoire, just something that I kind of focused on. It's a little different when it is a defender on you that actually wants to get you a stop, because I'm normally training against people that are allowing me to get that shot off. But it's something that I really kind of prepared myself for in a lot of different ways, because I see a lot of different defensive schemes. But my teammates trust me with that basketball, so I'm going to give it my best shot any chance that I get, and I feel like they live with that. So I was grateful to be able to get the shot off.
And then Becky, you talked a little bit about your defense, but it seemed like through those first 3 quarters, your defense was as locked in as we've seen it to start 3 quarters of a game all season. And against a team like this that Asia has called a super team, has 3 really good players on it. Just talk about the growth you've seen there now that you feel like it's starting to get put together for at least 30 minutes today.
Yeah, I thought our defense was good from the jump. Actually, I mean, it was normally when we're good defensively, we're good offensively. But like I said before, like we were getting good looks. We smoked some layups. We smoked some threes. And you stay the course. You just know that eventually, you know, those numbers are going to turn. But what you can always do is play defense. And I think the fact, you know, on a night where that they keep us in the first and second quarter in the teens scoring, I mean, that's a really good job by them as well. I mean, yeah, we missed some shots, but you got to give their defense credit too. I thought they made some good adjustments from the last game, insofar as how they protected the paint. But again, that defense, I think it was 30-36 at halftime. The fact that it was only a 6-point game and we're shooting, you know, 17% from 3, it just tells you they're doing a really good job defensively. And so at the end of the day, they are beautiful offensive players, but we got to hang our hat on the defensive end.
All right, we got time for 2 more before Asia goes and snags Jackie for us. Callie?
This is for either of you. I know you kind of joked that the inadvertent elbow knocked some sense into you, but it kind of seemed like that was a turning point in the game. Would you say that's a stretch to say that maybe that was a moment where maybe like the team's energy shifted, or what did you feel was the turning point in the 3rd quarter?
Yeah, we got some dogs. If anybody gonna have my back, my teammates gonna always have my back. So I already knew what time it was. When I came back and I looked at the score, I was like, oh yeah, someone done lit a fire in them. So if I gotta get knocked upside the head every game for my teammates to do that, I would do that every single game. But no, we got some that like no one rides for me than my teammates, and I can greatly appreciate them for doing that. And I hope I can do the same for them. So
It is crazy because the mood shifted after they saw Asia's blood on the floor.
All right, last one, Jordan.
Hey ladies, congrats on the win. First, I want to say congrats on the 2K cover, Asia. And then my question is for both. Obviously, I know you feel like there's some things you guys could do better, but do you feel like this is the beginning of a turning page to getting back to your style of basketball for the team?
slowly but surely. I feel like we're slowly starting to form into our identity and into our system, but we still have a long way to go. But I'm just happy that we're not in the all-star break lull. Like we still are hungry and greedy to get these wins because we know how important these games are. So I don't think we are where we need to be just yet, but we're going up that roller coaster slowly.
It's click.
Yeah, it's
Click.
clicking, it's
Click.
clicking.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Becky, just to clarify, both or just Caden and Sam? Caden, Sam, who's the gamer?
Oh, Caden.
Caden.
Sam plays on his iPad.
Perfect. Right.
Hey, Angel, Rashad Milligan rolling out.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.